Hey guys, um, welcome to Buckeye Day. So I just wanted to go over a few things that were given to you to take home last week for today, especially for today. You know this is my favorite day of the year, and it breaks my heart that you're missing this, but we're gonna try to make it up to you at home. So we're gonna do a lot of fun activities today. So you need to make sure that you have all the materials that you need and you're ready to go. First things first, before we jump into Buckeye Day, um, behind me is what we did last week. So if you did not do this, you need to go to last week's videos and get this done. So you worked on your rough draft of last Friday. So what I want you to do is have someone in your family check it, and then you can put it on that fancy copy, that fancy paper, once you have all the mistakes fixed, okay? So make sure you're checking for capital letters, punctuation, spelling, all that stuff. Make sure you're checking for it so that it is good to go for when you come back, okay? The next thing for Buckeye Day, so now we're moving on to Buckeye Day, is you're going to need your Buckeye Day brain boggle. So you're going to open it up, and inside are some word problems, some number stories, and you'll just go through each one. So I'm going to pause you, and we'll do 1 and 2 together. Okay, so if you open up your brain boggle and you turn to the first one, it says Ohio State Buckeyes scored 3 touchdowns in the first quarter, along with the field goal kicks each time. Each touchdown is worth 6 points, and the field goal is worth 1 point. How many points did they earn in all? Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to circle the number clues. So we need to circle 3. We don't need to worry about first because that's just telling us the quarter. And then 6 points and 1 point. And then I'm going to have you, no, we'll go back to that. Okay, so then we're going to underline the question. How many points did they earn in all? So I need you to ask yourself this. Are we going to add, subtract, multiply, or divide? Well, let's box in the keywords. So we're going to box in all. We're going to box in field goal kicks because we know that those are worth 1 point. And touchdowns are worth 6 points, so those are important words for us to know. Okay, so it's asking us in all. So we will be adding. So what we're going to do first is it says the Buckeyes scored 3 touchdowns. So we can add or multiply, remember that. So we could do 6 times 3 and see what that equals. Or we can do 6 plus 6 plus 6. Okay. Now, let's do an array. Oh, let me put this down so you can actually see. Let's do an array for 6 times 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we count them all up. So we have 6 here, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 6 times 3 is 18, or 6 plus 6 plus 6 is 18. This is showing 6 plus 6 plus 6, so you're doing 6 3 times. So if you're doing the multiplication, it's just repeated addition that way. Okay? Now, is that how many points they scored? No. Because we know that they scored 3 touchdowns plus the three field goal kicks. So on top of 18 points, they now have 3 field goal kicks, and we know they're all worth 1, and we know that 3 times 1 equals 3. So we're going to do 18 plus 3, and we're going to start in this column. 8 plus 3, 8, 9, 10, 11. Carry the 1, 1 plus 1, So they scored 21 points. That's your first one. Now move on to your next brain boggle. We'll do 2 together, and then the rest you guys can work on at home by yourself. November 21st, 1998. Ohio State played Michigan. Ohio State won 31-16. Joe Germain passed for 330 yards and ran for 75 yards. Tom Brady passed for 375 yards and ran for 4 yards. Who had more yards in that game? Okay, so let's circle the number clues. So, we don't really need to know the date or anything like that. We don't need to circle that. We don't need to circle who won or anything like that. That's just extra information just so you know that. But we're going to circle 330 and 75. And we're just going to underline Joe because that's for Joe. I'm going to put a little arrow. Okay. Then Tom Brady, so underline Tom Brady, he passed for 375 and ran for 4. Okay, so we're trying to figure out who has more yards, so let's underline who had more yards in that game. Okay, so the first thing we're going to, we need to box in. So we'll do box in had more. Okay, and that's pretty much it. So what we need to do is we need to figure out how many yards Joe Germain had altogether and how many Tom Brady had altogether. So Joe Germain, so we're going to write Joe. He had 330 passing plus 75 running. Okay, so let's start in the ones column. Bring down the 5 because there's 5 plus 0 is 5. 7 plus 3 is 10. Carry the 1. 3 plus 1 is 4. So Joe had 405 yards. Tom had 375 plus 4. What's 5 plus 4? 9. Bring down your 7 and bring down your 3. Okay, so now we need to look. Who had more yards? Well, Joe has 405 and Tom has 307. Which one is more? So we're going to draw our greater than sign, less than or equal to. Well, we're going to draw eating the 405. So Joe had more yards that game. Okay, so sorry, another teacher was in here a minute ago. So we did number 1 together and number 2 together. You have quite a few other ones in here. I think there are 12 total. So if you just want to work on them throughout the day and bring this back in next week, that would be great, and we can check them together. The other thing that I wanted to go over in this video is your color by number. This is just for fun, and I know you all can do this. So what you're going to do is you need a tan, brown, green, and red. If you don't have that, just try to color lightly with a certain color or something like that. So, and it doesn't matter if you use markers or whatever. This is just for fun. This is for you to keep at home. So you're going to color tan the number 77. So any numbers that are 77, you find and color tan. So I just see this one right here, color it tan. And then you have brown, green, and red. All these numbers are red. So you just find the number and color it that number. It should be pretty cool. And once you start coloring it, I'm sure you'll know exactly what it is. So that is all for this video that I wanted to share with you. Make sure you check out the video Mrs. Huffman and I did with our Brutus story. And if you don't know who Brutus is, I'm going to be creating a story. So Brutus is the team mascot. he looks like, I don't have my stuffed animal in here. He is a Buckeye head, and so he is just to bring more excitement to the game and to cheer the Buckeyes on. So what we're going to do today is I read a story, and we have a map of where he travels through the state of Ohio, and then we have a timeline that you have at home that you're going to be doing with me. So just the story and the map, you don't have to do it with us. You're just going to watch at home, and hopefully when you get back we'll be able to do it. Then I gave you all the stuff for the timeline, and we'll go over that in one of the videos too, and you'll be able to create a Brutus timeline. So I can't wait to make the rest of these videos for you and send them out, and I hope you have a great Buckeye day, just a great day in general. I will see you soon.